This video contains spoilers about the whole game and areas in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, that's it. Let me tell you about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is overwhelmed with very beautiful areas that bring the Nintendo Switch to its limit back in 2017. For example, you have Kingdom of Urea with the beautiful cherry blossom trees, Kingdom of Tantal, the snow area, and Moradane, which has a warm climate. Everyone has their own opinion, of course. And that's why before I start my ranking, this is my personal opinion of how I feel about the areas after playing the game 4 times. Therefore, be free to disagree and let me know your ranking in the comments. I also want to say that every area has its own charms with a banger of a music track, so if your favorite area is somewhere at the bottom, it doesn't mean that I don't like that area. Now, let's start with number 13, Cliffs of Morpha. Cliffs of Morpha is a very short but beautiful area that you reach in chapter 7 for the Jin and Melos fight. Cliffs of Morpha is number 13 because of the size of the area. It is so fucking small. I have only walked around Cliffs of Morpha for a maximum of 2 hours, and that's more due to the battles you get here with Melos and Melos with Jin. Overall, I still like the area very much. For example, you can fight Artifice Ophion here after reaching chapter 10, which is a really cool addition for an area where you can basically do nothing. So yeah, I do like the area, but there is a lack of things you can do. Number 12, Temperantia. Same problem as Cliffs of Morpha. You can access Temperantia in chapter 5 when Fenlenorn joins you on your adventure. We all know what happened to her. I don't like Temperantia because of one thing. Oh my god. These wires. The battle was so fucking annoying. In some Let's Plays I could have made it in one go. But in others, it was just impossible. Before you can fight Ashma's Score, or how to pronounce it, I don't know, you must destroy the power lines. Easy task. No! But Ashma's Core has some attacks that almost make your pants drop. When you thought you were done, you need to fight Jin, followed by the fight where you fight Ashma's Core. However, the power lines were of course much stronger than Jin and Ashma's Core, which of course makes perfect sense. So luckily you start with the hardest and end with the easiest. These fucking wires. On number 11 we got the Inline Praetorium. I really don't have much to say about the Praetorium. It is a really beautiful area, but small. I like the cutscenes of Amalthus and the core crystals, but there are nicer ones. I also thought it was a bit of a shame that you then had to go to Amalthus, then straight to the inn, and then back to Amalthus, but we at least got Rex with Fenlenorn and Nia teasing Rex, so that was fun. But besides all this, it all looked very nice and I liked the area in general. Now for the top 10. On number 10 we have Spirit Crucible Elpis. Okay, hear me out. I really do love the aesthetic of this area, and I think aesthetic wise it should have been at 7 or 6 or something, but Temperantia got the wires, this area got the Steel of Judgment. What the fuck was that? The Steel of Judgment was a pain in my ass. The Adam clones were a bigger pain in my ass. But my favorite character, Nia, my favorite character in the whole Xenoblade franchise is Nia. Did have her little shine moment with her awakening as a blade and the music in this area. Just listen. On number 9 we have Argentum Trade Guild. You don't want to know how many times I've teleported here for a Narsupir gel. I like the Argentum Trade Guild, and it's kind of nostalgic for me too, because it's where the adventure started. It's where the big adventure started, and got to meet Nia, Dromark, Melos, and Jin, Bana, but also just running around by the shops. And all in all, Argentum Trade Guild brings me a lot of nice memories actually. Number 8 is the first low orbit station. From the beginning to the end of the game, this area contained the final boss, but also the emotional battles against Nia, Morek, Zeke and Tora. This area is also very nostalgic for me, mainly because of the final boss Ion music, because it goes so fucking hard. I also wanted to talk about the ending, not really going into details, but I did really like the ending despite the depression I felt the next 2 weeks. No, I'm just joking. Oh, I wasn't joking. Number 7, the World Tree. I don't have anything to say, just listen to the music. And it is a tree. Number 6, Land of Morpha. After Jin and Melos battle, the party members split and all fall into the Land of Morpha. This area is at number 6 for me because of the spooky and creepy surroundings in the area. In the first cutscene, you don't hear any music, and only the sounds around Rex and Mithra and the sound that they make themselves. Also, you get the opportunity to play as Jin, which I was completely shocked, and it was very fun to play as a new character, but his arts made me a little depressed. Number 5, the Empire of Moorardain. Did I say the music? Even though I found Chapter 4 to feel like a filler or something, and it was therefore one of my least loved chapters, I thought the area was really cool. With the warm climate, it was very refreshing, in contrast to the Kingdom of Urea with all dark colors mixed with the pink trees. And yeah, the music goes hard. Number 4, Lefarian Archipelago. This area just feels like a dream. You are sleeping with your eyes closed. You only hear the music, you only see clouds, beautiful islands, Zeke. But this area just feels like a dream. The beautiful little islands in mix to the music is one of the best things in my life. In Lefarian Archipelago you get to know Auntie Corinne, who used to take care of Rex, and this area just brings so many cute cutscenes. It was so adorable, but also very deep and dark cutscenes, like Rex taking Pyra to the grave of his parents and saying he became driver, and Pyra saying that she wasn't good enough for Rex and that the world was better off without her. I really like this area and the chapter for this reason. Number 3, Kingdom of Tantal. The game started to get really addictive for me. Pyra was cut out of nowhere by the king, by Zeke's dad, and when things weren't hard already, we got the emotional encounter with Torna. And it was emotional. Everything was built up in such a way on this battle that when the main party lost, we lost Pyra. It was very emotional, especially when Torna took Pyra. But more about the area itself. It is by far one of the most aesthetically pleasing areas in the whole game, with the Tantal music through the snow, It's also really nostalgic because I first didn't know how to reach the lower part of Tental. I hope I'm not the only one. And I found it really confusing, but the music, it was such a banger, so I didn't really care. Number 2, Gormod Province. When I first played through Xenoblade Chronicles 2, this was my favorite area, and it is maybe a little bit biased because my favorite character is Nia, but this area is so phenomenal. It is so good. Gormod is one of the first area with Torgov as the star. Torgov is such an amazing village, and I did actually really like the side quests. I hope I know many many players do not, but I did really like the side quests. Also, one of my favorite bits from the game was in Torgov. That was when Nia saw the wanted poster of herself and snatched the paper in pieces. It was so hilarious. Also the bridge at the counter, and when you went to save Nia with Tora, Poppy and Pyra, Tora with the maid outfits. It was all really anime, but I did really like the area. This area is just so aesthetically pleasing, like Tental, but also very nostalgic and therefore a well-deserved number 2 in my opinion. Now, before I start with the last area on the list, I want to talk about how much this game means to me. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is my favorite game of all time and my favorite franchise of all time now, and helped me a lot in rough times. This game is just so good and emotional. You get so attached to the characters when you progress through the game, through the main story, that when someone died, it really hurt. The last time I felt this way about the game was weirdly Pokemon X, with the post-game featuring Emma. She was such an underrated character, and when she played Emma's theme, oh, my eyes weren't eyes anymore. I cried like a little kid. But that's for a later video. Anyways, in first place we have Kingdom of Urea. Kingdom of Urea is my favorite place in every video game in existence. From the trees to the aestheticness, music, Fonsamaima, Ifra's Awakening. It was just such a good area. It was perfect with so many nice characters introduced like Vanham and Brock. But yeah, I did really like the area. It is just perfect. Chapter 3 is also one of my favorite chapters in the whole game. It was so good from start to finish. I did not like Umon's ship, but Kingdom of Urea is the best area in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in my opinion. What is your ranking? Let me know in the comments. I am really curious, but let me know, and maybe my my tier list will change, but I do not think so. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.